For someone growing up now in the UK, I first bought my first property at age 27. I'm 36 now. What do you think of how old I look? And I bought my house a pretty decent rate. I didn't have a big deposit, but I got on the housing ladder, and although I do have a mortgage with my current property, you know my aim, renovate it and then pay off the mortgage, and then officially it will be an asset that I own. But if you're growing up now in not even just the UK, Europe, US, wherever, it is getting considerably harder to own any assets. If you rewind even before when I grew up, you owned everything. So you owned a car, you owned a property, you owned physical items, i.e. music, for one example. And cash you owned because it was a physical thing. But now everything is just owning nothing and being happy. That's what the elites of this world want you to do. So they don't want you to own a house, they want you to rent. They don't want you to own any crypto, they want to buy it all. And they don't want you even owning any music. You know, you sign up for Apple Music, Spotify, and you just rent it as such. You even rent your music. So you're not owning any CDs, cassettes. You know, even in my day, we had cassettes and, vinyl, that's coming back. But they basically want you, if you were to grow up now, to go all through your life and own nothing. Literally just go your whole life and own absolutely nothing. The only thing that you'll own is probably a microwave, a toaster, and probably even that's built in now in the rented properties they own. You hardly own it, and the furniture will come with the property. So you're not really owning anything. You're renting your phone, you're renting your music, you're renting your car, and you're renting your property that you live in. And God forbid you want to own an asset like Bitcoin or crypto, the UK will try the hardest, the UK government, to tax it as much as they can and to stop you owning it and to give you disclaimers and to discourage the average person from wanting to own it at all. But on the flip side, you've got these elites up there that are doing the opposite. Buying property, buying crypto assets, buying land, hoovering it all up so we don't own it. That is just the basis of it. As much as you don't want to admit it or look into it, that's exactly what it is. If you look at the statistics for what an average person actually owned asset-wise, then compared to now, it's insane. And I know an asset such as a car isn't necessarily a great asset because it depreciates in value the moment you drive it out the showroom. And at certain times it is easier leasing a car than owning it. But especially property, there's this definite push, and it's being pushed by a lot of entrepreneurs now, that you shouldn't own property, you should just rent it because it's easy to just move from place to place. And I understand that. Maybe as well it's a ball ache to own a lot of properties. I get it. That's why, I like the digital assets like crypto, Bitcoin, because it's easy to liquidate them if you need the cash in fiat. But I do think that if you have a family especially, it is, in my opinion, essential to at least own your own property. Just that, even if it's just that one asset you own, even if it got taxed, just that property to pass down to the generations. And the next generation can obviously decide what they want to do with it. But I do feel that at least should be the bare minimum of anyone. It should be the primary residence or a residence. Could be a holiday home or whatever, but a residence that you physically own. You don't need to complicate it. Because a lot of these gurus online, with all the money they've got, they are kind of playing into what the elites want, which is preaching to the normal people like me and you to not own anything and you'll be happy. And that is not, in my opinion, the way it should be at all. And I've seen a lot of people leaving crypto the past couple of months because they've not had the bull run they wanted. And they could be going into other aspects of finance as such, or whatever it is. I know all of them. Drop shipping, FX trading, as matched betting, that's another one. There's a lot of them out there. But in terms of assets, to me, crypto is in 2025, 2026, 10, 20 years, the number one asset that will grow in value, in my opinion. It'll just keep going up and up and up, I think, based on historic returns. And a lot of people are confused at what Bitcoin is. Is it a currency? What is it? It's digital gold, in my opinion. It's digital gold. And that is another thing that people are advised against by the elites, the financial advisors of this world. And they will say to you to not touch crypto. They will advise you to put as much money into your pension as possible. And then when you're 50, 60, you've got whatever. But sometimes it just never works out like that. Because some of these pension funds go bust. And I don't know about you, but I like the fact that I can put money into crypto and access it whenever I want. So I don't have to wait 20 years, 30 years. I don't have to plow a lot of money into it. I can access it whenever I want. Just something to think about in terms of the way this world is going. It's crazy how expensive everything is going and how hard it is getting for people to own things. So it's more essential than ever now to own as much as you can, asset-wise, unless 5-10 years you will end up like a lot of people, unfortunately, being unable to live day to day, and you definitely will not be happy, in my opinion. Not financially, anyway. That's it for me today. If you want to find out more about what I do, I've got a lot of videos on YouTube. I've also got a DeFi playbook. Talks about how I earn yield in DeFi. Free guide, link in description. And if you want to join the community of the group that I've been speaking about, where we have a full DeFi team, trading, 130 members in there at the moment, all doing well so far. Link in description to find out more. See you very soon.